Coach, they finished with 42 bench points tonight. Just how instrumental was Jordan Miller for them?
Yeah, credit to him. His improvement. Yeah, just the way the game is played right now, the ability to shoot off the dribble. He has great size. Yeah, I thought he was fantastic. I thought their bench was. I thought that was a big difference where some nights where we just don't have the pop, don't have the energy, our bench usually gives it to us, and their bench outplayed us.
Coach, you've talked about the guys playing bigger than they are, but then tonight you're facing a much bigger team. Maybe the struggle of that, dealing with their size, showed on the boards tonight.
No doubt. I mean, their physicality, their size overwhelmed us at times. We got to use our speed the best we can. Couldn't get out in transition when you're taking it out of the net so often, or after free throws. So, yeah, their size really impacted us for sure, really on both ends. Defensively, they're as good as anyone defensively when you're playing against them in the half court. You can't move them with an elite on-ball defender and done. And then offensively, they just threw the ball inside. And when they didn't get it inside, they threw it up on the glass. When they didn't do that, they got fouled and went to the free throw line. So, yeah, their size hurt us for sure.
And last thing I had, what do you think of the shot quality that you got? I mean, the numbers would suggest that there was good looks, but from your perspective, what do you think of the shot quality?
Yeah, I took a quick look. It felt a little bit at halftime. Their personnel tonight without Harden, it just changes. So we're trying to adjust on the fly. They put two bigs out there. Obviously, that's a defensive unit. So some of the shot quality is innately going to be lower. Thought we did a good job taking care of the basketball. Didn't get to the paint, obviously, or didn't get to the rim. So anytime you do that, your shot quality is going to be affected when you can't get to the rim. Did find some catch and shoot threes. I thought at times we were able to move it. But if we can't get to the rim in transition, it's really hard for us overall. We're bottom 5 team there, so in the half court it makes it tough. So I think the shot quality was okay at times. It probably wasn't very good at the end of it. That's what we just talked about. We got to find ways to get into the paint.
Jordan, you talked about the paint. It felt like Grayson was one of the few players that was able to get there consistently. That growth that we talked about earlier this week with them initiating points of attack for you, have you seen the ways that you kind of use them in that just help to do something that can add once you are back healthy?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, usually, usually most of the season he's been off the ball or on the catch, but at portions of time, especially when we didn't come back to Bouye quite as much in the second half, he's the primary handler out there by himself. So I think those reps are good. Chris Dunn's one of, if not the best on-ball defenders in the league. Their size inside collapses so fast, and they're well coached. So I think those reps will be good for him. At times, we don't even want to bring up a screen, because he has that ability to get past people. So can he get in the paint? And then when he does, and they collapse like they do, can he spray out? And that's why we ended up with 46 threes. Some of those came from him. So there'll be good reps, good film for him to watch.
And then on the defensive end, this felt like maybe a game where you doubled as frequently as you have any other time this season. How did you assess those doubles? And just kind of when you're doubling from the start of the game, feels like there's wear down that comes with that. Like, how did you see you all kind of navigate that tonight?
Yeah, that comes back to Dwayne's question about size. Like, it's hard to play those guys one-on-one. When they catch it in the post, they're elite scorers down there. So our idea was to, again, use our speed, use our activity, try to turn them over. I felt at times we got some stuff. It was more in the second half when the game kind of got out of hand. But we couldn't get any live ball turnovers and then transition, which we were hoping for when we were attacking them, putting 2 on the ball. And then in the second half, the 2 on the ball in the post wasn't good enough. So we've been so good all year, just mentally staying in it with our changing defenses. Tonight we had some lapses.
Jordan, I know you hit on a few of these factors already, but to see the efficiency so high from 3 and yet the point total be that low, what were you seeing on, like, the 2s that was making things difficult, or just, like, a bad shooting night in there? What'd you see?
Yeah, what is that, 47?
It was 26% on 2s, yeah.
12 of 47, not great. Again, we couldn't get to the rim, so that's a portion of it. And anytime you can't get to the rim and you're shooting 2s, a lot of those shots aren't very efficient. When you're not getting to the free throw line, even in those mid-range twos where we sometimes get to the free throw line, that helps your efficiency. So, yeah, obviously just quick math doesn't seem very good. And I know what our rim numbers were, and they weren't very good. So that's why we had to spray it. Again, try to put them in closeouts the best we could. But we probably didn't get in transition enough to where we could have got some of those opportunities at the rim.
I can't remember a night where the plus minus for the bench was that lopsided. What'd you see from them that was led to the odd struggles?
Yeah, that's a great comment. You know, like that we've played so well with our second unit, and they've had the juice so often. Tonight we just didn't have it. We felt it early. We tried to change a little bit of rotation there in the second half to try to help us. But again, credit to them. Their second unit was really good. The minutes without Kawhi were really good. That's kind of where they were able to kind of get their gap. I thought Miller's development was stark, and then I thought the two bigs at times really hurt us. So yeah, we'll take a look. It's a unique team.
Seems like all year, after maybe games like this, lackluster performances, that you all are able to wipe that away and move on to the next one pretty quickly. Just why do you think the group has that feature?
Great leadership, and an understanding of how the league is. You know, there's 82 of them. You play really good teams. You know, people see what we're doing, so they're going to come in here and know they have to play well. And we'll respond. We just don't want to lose the lessons that we can see. You know, that because there's so many different styles of play across the league. This is obviously the last time we play these guys. We still got to learn. And I think that's some of it, like our youthful bigs, like that's a part of it. They got to feel it. They got to feel a portion of this, whether that changes from now until the end of the season, but there's a summer, there's another year. So those bigs are physical. And I think some of that's going to help us going down the road.
Thanks,
Good. Thank you.
We'll do players and watchers.